Guys, welcome back to my channel Clear Hue. If you are new here, namaste. My name is Dr. Rakshita and this channel is all about skincare, wellness and makeup. So if any of these interest you, don't forget to subscribe. Guys, it's currently 3 in the morning and I have to film like 2 more videos and I have duty in hospital tomorrow morning. So,
Fun doctor life.
I don't know how I'm gonna manage all of that, but let's just dive head straight into today's video. Alright guys, so just like the last video, I'm going to be looking down a lot, so don't mind that. I'm just looking down at my notes that I've made about the sunscreen, about the ingredients. So let's just start with the first sunscreen. Alright guys, so the first sunscreens that I have are both from the same company. They are both from the Earth Rhythm. This is their hybrid sunscreen and this is their mineral sunscreen. As you can see with this one, I have completely squeezed out and used the sunscreen up. If you want to know about the texture and the white cast and everything, that I'm going to insert insert a clip of me putting these sunscreens on my face so you have a better idea. We are going to talk about them one by one. First I'm going to talk about the hybrid sun fluid, which I have, as you can see, completely used up. Alright guys, so this particular sunscreen, the first sun filter it has is a Uvasorb S, which is also called Bis-Ethylhexyloxyphenol methoxyphenyl triazine, which is a mouthful to say. That is why I'm going to be calling this just Uvasorb S. I did the same thing in the last video and I'm going to do it in this one as well. I'm going to write the chemical name and the inky name of these sun filters in the description box, as well as like in a pinned comment, so you don't have any confusion, because sometimes there's one name written in the ingredient list and I say like the inky name and people are confused. So just for your clarification, I'm going to write both the names in the description so you don't get confused. Alright, so the first filter in here is Uvasorb S. Now this is not used in the US because this is a newer sun filter. This is like a more supreme higher quality sun filter that we see in a lot of Korean products namely. So this is amazing and it's broad spectrum sun filter, which means it's going to protect you against UVA as well as UVB rays. I explained this in the last video that your sunscreen should protect you against both UVA and UVB rays. UVB rays cause sun burning and tanning, and UVA rays basically are the main culprit of skin cancer and skin aging. So with this one, this Uvasorb S filter provides broad spectrum protection, and it is very photostable. The next sun filter is Uvinul A Plus. This has very high UVA protection and it is very highly photostable. The next ingredient in here is zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is a mineral sun filter. The other two were organic or chemical. This is a mineral sun filter. Alright, and a mineral sun filter, basically zinc oxide and titanium dioxide are mineral sun filters. These provide broad spectrum protection, which is against UVA and UVB rays, and they are pretty stable. So guys, these were like the sun filters in here. As I would, like I said, I would insert a clip about using this, and you will see the texture of this one is very similar to the Bello photostable sunscreen. If you've ever used it, I have like a previous video on my favorite sunscreens and it did include Bello photostable and I did put it on my face. So I'm going to link it down below if you want to have like a comparison shot. So this is very similar to that, very moisturizing, very lightweight. This has no white cast whatsoever and it's perfect for all skin types in my opinion. I definitely recommend this one. Alright guys, so the next one from Earth Rhythm, I have their matte mineral sunscreen. Now this is a complete mineral sunscreen. Just a second guys, I forgot to mention this sunscreen is SPF of 50 and PA of 4 pluses. So basically for your sunscreen to be effective, it should have a PA of 30 plus and at least a PA of an SPF of 30 plus and at least a PA of 3 pluses. A PA factor basically explains the UVA protection and SPF is the UVB protection. So this one has SPF 50 and has PA of 3 pluses. And the main ingredients in this one, it's basically a completely mineral sunscreen, so it doesn't have any organic or chemical sun filters. So it's perfect for those of you who react badly to chemical sunscreens, or who are who have any kind of allergy to chemical sunscreens. This one I believe is going to suit you very well. This has zinc oxide as its main sun filter, and then there's titanium dioxide, both of them mineral, broad spectrum protection sun filters and very stable. Now I'm going to insert a texture shot. Like I said, this is a silicone based sunscreen, very silicone heavy. This did not leave any white cast on my skin tone, at least. It took like 5 minutes for it to blend in completely, but after that it wasn't noticeable. Since it's a very heavy silicone based sunscreen, you can feel it on your skin, but not in like the worst ways. It's fine. If you are an oily skin type person, you would enjoy this a lot more since it's a more matte formula. Again, I personally really love this sunscreen and I definitely recommend it. Alright guys, so the next sunscreen that I have to talk about is the Re-Equal sunscreen. It's the Ultra Matte Dry Touch Sunscreen Gel. Now this is SPF of 50 and PA of 4 pluses. This particular sunscreen is such an influencer or doctor dermatologist favorite sunscreen. I've seen this online a lot. I've used like 2 tubes of this, and this is again an amazing sunscreen. It's my summer staple. I started using it like last year in summer, and this year also it's coming in handy. I have really extremely oily skin type, so this just like really helps me during like the sweating and everything that I have to go through in summers. This one really helps with that. Now talking about the ingredients of this one, this have octinoxate in it as like the primary filter, which is also called Uvinul MC80. Now this is a UVB filter. Then there is Uvinul A Plus, which is a high UVA sun filter. There is Uvasorb HEB or Diethylhexyl Butamido Triazone. This is a broad spectrum sun filter, which means it provides both UVA and UVB protection. But with this particular sun filter, it provides protection only against UVA rays type 2, not UVA rays type 1. So in terms of UVA protection, it's not exactly the best. It's good in UVB protection for the most part. It is pretty photostable. Then there's a zinc oxide in here, which is a mineral filter. There's titanium dioxide, another mineral filter, really broad spectrum and very stable. Then we have Tinosorb S, which I mentioned in the last sunscreens as well. That Tinosorb S is a newer sun filter, really effective, very photostable, high broad spectrum protection. Then we have Diethylhexyl Syringlide. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll just write it somewhere on the screen. This is basically just like a stabilizer. It's not a sun filter. This is a stabilizing ingredient for the other sun filters in here. Now this particular sunscreen is not fragrance free. This does have fragrance in it. So if you are allergic to fragrance or have any current inflammatory skin problem, I would suggest you avoid this one. But if you don't have any fragrance allergy and an intact skin barrier, then why not? This is a great option. I'm going to insert like a texture shot of me using this, and you'd see how effective this is. Yes, so as you must have seen, I really like this one sunscreen. This has no white cast on me. I really like the texture on me, and I definitely recommend this one. Alright guys, so the next sunscreen that I have is the Biore UV Aqua Rich Watery Essence SPF 50 and PA 4 pluses of sunscreen. Now I'm going to talk about the sun filters in here, and there is something about the sunscreen that I need to address. Now talking about the ingredients, the sun filters in here are Uvinul MC80, which is a UVB filter. There's Uvinul T 150, which is again a UVB filter. There's Uvinul A Plus, which is a high UVA protection sun filter, and then there's Uvasorb S, which is a broad spectrum sun filter, like I discussed, highly stable, all of them. So this has amazing sun filters, organic sun filters. There's no mineral sun filters in this one. So this is like a purely chemical sunscreen. Now the problem with this one that I see a lot of people have is that the second ingredient in this sunscreen is denatured alcohol. So when you apply it, this has that strong sanitizer like smell because of the denatured alcohol, and a lot of people are scared that the denatured alcohol in this one is going to dry and dehydrate your skin. Now for the most part, it's a kind of a myth that denatured alcohol is going to completely dehydrate and dry your skin, because see, denatured alcohol comes in contact with your skin for a few seconds and then it starts evaporating. It's not on your skin for a long time to act that much to dehydrate your skin. Secondly, in this particular product there are a lot of moisturizing emollient agents as well, which kind of balance that alcohol in the product. The alcohol in this particular product also helps giving it the texture. Now for the people who are really scared that their skin will get dehydrated, you are not going to apply the sunscreen to your bare skin. You're going to wash your face, you're going to apply a moisturizer first, and then you're going to apply this sunscreen. There is going to be a layer of hydration and moisture underneath, so the alcohol would not be able to breach it and your skin will not get dehydrated. In hospital settings, we as doctors use a lot of hand sanitizer, like every 5 minutes after every patient, and our hands are still not dehydrated. We just have to moisturize them on time. So for me in skincare, denatured alcohol is not a problem. But if you have allergy to denatured alcohol, if your eyes sting because of denatured alcohol, or if you have a broken skin barrier, I would not recommend you use this skin. Even if in general you're not that comfortable with denatured alcohol, skip on this one. You have a lot more variety to choose from this video and from the part 1 of the video. But this is just one sunscreen that I personally really enjoy using, and hence it made the cut to this video. But I had to share the ingredient with you because I know it gets a little controversial with people, and hence even with this one you gotta make your own choice. If you have no issues, I recommend this. But if you have like a broken skin barrier, any allergy, or in general if you're not comfortable with the denatured alcohol, then you don't have to use this. Out of my personal experience and out of scientific data both, and as a doctor with my experience with using hand sanitizers all day, let me just tell you, this is not going to dehydrate your skin. You just have to have a good layer of moisturizer underneath it. Alright guys, so the next two sunscreens I don't have in hand. They are the Be Minimalist sunscreens. I had them, I used them up, and I threw away the packaging. But lucky for you, I have an entire, a complete video on the two sunscreens. Very comprehensive. I've discussed everything about the sunscreens. I've included their texture shots on my skin, so you are going to get like a complete review of those sunscreens. So I'm going to attach a link either here or in the description box below of the video where I'm reviewing both the Be Minimalist sunscreens. But I had to give them a mention because they were also my top favorite sunscreens, and I'm going to definitely repurchase both of them because they were amazing. Right now I had like a bunch of sunscreens to try on, that's why I didn't buy them, but I am going to repurchase them. They were amazing, and another strong recommendation from my part. Alright guys, so with this I've reached the end of part 2 of my favorite sunscreens. You can check out the part 1. I have the link in the description below. Do let me know which of these sunscreens you use, you enjoy. Definitely let me know if there's more sunscreens that I have not tried and you really like them, because I would love to try newer sunscreens. And don't forget to like this video. Do not forget to subscribe. It really helps my channel. And I'm gonna see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.